Good day and welcome. You're watching Sint Maarten News Desk, where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond. With your anchor crew, Alston Lawrence, Glenda York, Tiziana Hart, and Mizzy with the Sunshine Report. This broadcast is brought to you by TV15 and proudly produced by Cay Bay Media Studios in Phillipsburg, Sint Maarten. And now, let's jump straight into today's top headlines.
Police clear impounded scooters as roadwork closes part of 80 Illidge Road. The police force has begun removing long-term impounded scooters and motorcycles from the Phillipsburg police station yard. Police previously issued several notices asking owners and caretakers to retrieve vehicles impounded because of documentation or technical issues. Following consultation with the prosecutor's office and the Ministry of Justice, KPSM received approval to dispose of qualifying vehicles that remain unclaimed. The first group was removed on August 12th, with additional scooters scheduled for disposal in the coming days. Police say clearing the yard also addresses safety and logistical concerns as Sint Maarten enters the peak of the hurricane season. Owners who may still qualify to retrieve their vehicles should contact the police force immediately and provide the required documentation. Meanwhile, motorists should prepare for a complete closure of 80 Illidge Road between Cuba Drive and Bonaire Drive on Thursday, August 13th, beginning at 8 a.m. The closure will allow test drilling connected to the installation of a new culvert near the Aki supermarket drainage area. Limited access will be provided to nearby residents and emergency responders when possible. Drivers heading toward Belvedere and French Quarter border should divert through Walter Nisbet Road, Swaliga Road, and Arch Road. Motorists traveling toward Phillipsburg and Cay Hill should use Arch Road, Swaliga Road, Walter Nisbet Road, and Bush Road. VROMI is advising drivers to follow posted directions, exercise caution, and allow additional travel time. Final appeal issued to transportation permit holders. The Economic Affairs Ministry is issuing a final appeal to public transportation permit holders who have not completed the 2026 confirmation letter process. The initiative is designed to create an accurate database of active and compliant transportation operators. Since January, approximately 40 car rental companies, 120 passenger bus operators, and 380 taxi operators have completed the process. However, several permit holders have not confirmed whether they remain active. Operators who stopped working, temporarily suspended service, or have not used their permits for 6 months or longer should formally notify the Inspectorate of Economic and Transport Affairs. The ministry will soon publish verified lists for each transportation category. Anyone whose name is missing will have 2 weeks from the publication date to contact the Inspectorate and regularize their records. Permits left unused for more than 6 consecutive months could be suspended or permanently revoked. Outstanding operators can contact the Transport Control Unit by WhatsApp at 559-7685 or email tayat.trans@stmartengov.org. Cay Bay Cemetery cleanup and restoration begins. Cleanup and rehabilitation work has begun at the Cay Bay Cemetery following more than 13 years of complaints from the Cay Bay Community Council. The cemetery was damaged in 2013, prompting repeated community calls for action and efforts to identify the grave sites of loved ones. The Ministry of Public Housing, Spatial Planning, Environment and Infrastructure is undertaking the project with the Community Council and Seoul Antilles. The work will proceed in 3 phases. The first involves carefully sifting a large sand pile on the cemetery's western section, which is believed to contain human remains and damaged headstones. Any remains discovered will be identified, categorized, and respectfully reinterred within the cemetery. The remaining phases will include completing the new Seoul jetty and restoring the cemetery's eastern section. Government says the project will return the cemetery to the Cay Bay and Cay Bay communities while supporting wider efforts to improve cemetery management across Sint Maarten.
Hey there, it's Mizzy with a Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, Sint Maarten, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us.
Youth, your voice matters. If you're between 13 and 24, this is your chance to shape the future.
Take the Department of Youth's quick 5 to 7 minute survey and share what matters most to you. Your feedback will help guide programs and policies that make a real difference.
Scan the QR code and take the survey today. Your voice, our future. Together for Sint Maarten.
Touched by breast cancer.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every love, every adventure. Number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to roll. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want
Welcome to the BTP Cybercrime Awareness video. What is cybercrime? Cybercrime is any illegal activity that uses computers, smartphones, or the internet to harm people, steal information, or cause damage. Now, how to protect yourself. First, use strong passwords. Also, keep your devices and antivirus software updated. Enable two-factor authentication. Research before sending money. Use trusted platforms. Log out of accounts on shared/public devices. Scan the QR code for more tips. Stay alert. Stay secure.
BOPP 2026 closes with 81 participants and one dream job. The 28th Annual Business Outreach and Placement Program, known as BOPP, has concluded after providing 81 young people with workplace experience across Sint Maarten. During the 4-week program, participants received placements and training within government departments, private companies, foundations, statutory bodies, and community organizations. Students develop professional skills, confidence, discipline, and an understanding of workplace responsibilities. One participant secured his dream job as an assistant chef at a local restaurant. After receiving the opportunity through BOPP, he accepted a full-time position and left the program to begin working. Other participants supported government operations and assisted the Public Works Infrastructure Department with painting street markings. The Department of Youth says more organizations are recognizing participants' potential and offering them employment. Officials thanked participating employers and community partners, including longtime supporter KFC. Parents, schools, and businesses are being encouraged to reinforce punctuality, respect, accountability, and integrity as young people prepare to enter the workforce. Coast Guard rescues fishermen from drifting vessel. 2 fishermen are safe after the Dutch Caribbean Coast Guard assisted their vessel, which was drifting at sea after running out of fuel. The Maritime Rescue Coordination Center in Martinique alerted the Coast Guard's Maritime Operations Center after receiving distress signals through VHF Channel 16. Initial attempts to communicate with the vessel were unsuccessful and its location remained unknown. Relatives of the captain launched a boat to search for the fishermen but could not find them. A nearby tanker eventually spotted the vessel. Although the tanker could not provide a tow, its captain reported the location approximately 9.5 miles southwest of Sint Maarten, where the vessel's position confirmed the Coast Guard dispatched a metal shark rescue craft. The fishing boat was located and safely towed to the Coast Guard pier in Sint Maarten. Officials say both fishermen were in good health when they arrived on shore. Nominations open for President of Parliament Award. Parliament is inviting the public to nominate deserving young people for the 2026 President of Parliament Award. The annual award recognizes young people who have positively impacted Sint Maarten through leadership, innovation, achievement, or community service. Contributions may be in education, entrepreneurship, arts, sports, volunteerism, environmental initiatives, or another area benefiting society. Nominees must be between 15 and 24 years old and hold Dutch nationality or have legally resided and remain registered in Sint Maarten for at least 10 consecutive years. Their contributions must have occurred within the past 3 years while acting as private citizens, not as elected or appointed government officials. An award committee comprising members of Parliament will review the nominations and select the recipient of the consultation with the President of Parliament. The award will be presented during the opening of the parliamentary year. Nominations must be submitted online, by email, or directly to Parliament by August 17th.
Hey there, I'm Venicia Herbert, and welcome to the Community Billboard. This is your space, where the people, places, and heartbeat of the Sint Maarten community get to speak for themselves. Whether it's an event worth showing up for, a business worth knowing about, or a cause worth caring about, you'll hear it right here. So, settle in, because what's coming up next just might be exactly what you've been looking for. Welcome to the NEWSDESK Community Billboard.
Heavy sweating, weakness, dizziness, headache, nausea. A fast heartbeat may be signs of heat exhaustion. Move the person to a cool or shaded area, loosen clothing, and help them cool down. Confusion, fainting, seizures, or very hot skin may signal heat stroke. Call emergency services immediately. Know the warning signs and act quickly. A message from Collective Prevention Services within the Ministry of Public Health, Social Development, and Labor.
To be part of our mailing list, send an email to newsdesksm@gmail.com.
Is a tribute to every woman touched by breast cancer.
Hey, Sint Maarten youth, your voice matters. If you're between 13 and 24, this is your chance to shape the future.
Take the Department of Youth's quick 5 to 7 minute survey and share what matters most to you. Your feedback will help guide programs and policies that make a real difference.
Scan the QR code and take the survey today. Your voice, our future. Together for Sint Maarten.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every love, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
Welcome to the BTP Cybercrime Awareness video. What is cybercrime? Cybercrime is any illegal activity that uses computers, smartphones, or the internet to harm people, steal information, or cause damage. Now, how to protect yourself. First, use strong passwords. Also, keep your devices and antivirus software updated. Enable two-factor authentication. Research before sending money. Use trusted platforms. Log out of accounts on shared/public devices. Scan the QR code for more tips. Stay alert. Stay secure.
Before we wrap up, we take a moment each day to check in with our neighbors across the region. There's always a story worth paying attention to. Here's today's regional headline.
In our regional report, Sint Maarten says independence is also an economic question. ONESXM is calling for stronger cooperation between Sint Maarten, Africa, and the wider Caribbean, arguing that independence is also an economic question. The organization welcomed Ghanaian President John Dramani Mahama's call for Africa and the Caribbean to transform their historic relationship into economic prosperity. Sint Maarten says the message is particularly relevant to Sint Maarten, an island governed by the Kingdom of the Netherlands in the south and the Republic of France in the north, and to the remaining Dutch and French colonies in the Caribbean. According to the organization, political dependence restricts the ability of Sint Maarten's people to negotiate directly with major markets, access international funding, attract investment, and build partnerships reflecting their own priorities. ONESXM says stronger relations with Africa could create jobs and investment in tourism, housing, and infrastructure. It also sees opportunities for scholarships, university partnerships, heritage tourism, and new markets for Caribbean film, music, media, and other creative products. Cooperation could also strengthen food security, renewable energy, and climate resilience. The organization says reparations must form part of that process. It argues that reparatory justice must extend beyond apologies and ceremonies to include economic repair, capital, land, education, technology, and access to international markets. ONESXM is proposing a Sint Maarten Africa strategy based on mutual ownership, fair trade, reparations, and shared prosperity. It says the initiative should form part of a wider national discussion about independence and Sint Maarten's authority to engage with the world in its own interest.
Welcome back. Each day we take a moment to go beyond the headlines and look deeper into the issues, people, and conversations shaping life here on Sint Maarten. Welcome to today's NEWSDESK feature.
At Point Blanche Prison, rehabilitation is taking a new form through basketball, football, fitness circuits, yoga, and structured recreation. The Ministry of Justice, together with the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, has piloted a sports and physical fitness program as part of the detention sector reform program. The goal is to make structured activity a regular part of prison life, while supporting rehabilitation, reducing tension, and preparing inmates for reintegration. The pilot brought together prison staff, local sports organizations, and prisoners, with support from 2 experts from the United Kingdom who specialize in health, fitness, and correctional rehabilitation. A major focus was also local ownership. Prison staff were trained, peer facilitators were identified, and discussions were held with the Sint Maarten Sports Federation, the National Institute for Sports, and the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth, and Sports Department of Sports. The initiative is tied to the Nelson Mandela Rules, which recognize physical activity, outdoor exercise, education, training, and structured programming as important parts of prisoner rehabilitation. At Point Blanche, 36 prisoners took part, about 45% of the prison population. Activities included fitness circuits, basketball, football, yoga, and recreational games. Prison Director Stephen Carty said some prisoners who normally do not participate in programs came out for the sports activities, calling it a positive sign. Inmates also reported that the exercise helped reduce tension, improve the mood inside the prison, and give them something positive to look forward to. Prison Officer Lydia Richardson said the difference was noticeable almost immediately, with inmates calmer, sleeping better, and the overall atmosphere improved. That matters because St. Maarten's prison system has been under serious pressure for years, with overcrowding, aging facilities, staffing challenges, and limited rehabilitation options. A sports program will not solve the prison crisis by itself, but it shows that reform is not only about building a new prison. It is also about changing what happens inside detention. The pilot also included participants from the Miss Lally Center and ended with football and basketball tournaments. The ministry and its partners now plan to continue working with local sports providers, with implementation expected this quarter. For St. Maarten, the message is clear. Rehabilitation cannot be an afterthought. A safer community is not built only by locking people away. It is also built by helping people return differently.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of Sint Maarten News Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday at 8 a.m. on TV15 and across all our social media platforms. From all of us here at News Desk, we wish you a fantastic week ahead. Until next time, stay friendly, Sint Maarten.